Hey, howdy, hey y'all, welcome back to the channel as always. Let's play a game of Are You Smarter Than a Smooth Brain? Timmy, you could win a lifetime supply of slightly used Kit Kats if you answer this question correctly. Are you ready?
Of course.
Okay, question is, what is a live service game? You got 15 seconds.
Oh, that's easy. A video game that is purposefully updated with new content to keep the player engaged.
Oh no, Timmy, I'm sorry, but that's not 100% right. You got the first part right, but you forgot the rest of the definition, which is a stupid fucking way companies can cop out of actually doing dev work and making a game that has tons of content at launch for a single price. Okay, I kinda sound like a hypocrite here off the rip because I'm a huge fucking fan of Destiny 2, which is considered a live service game technically, but the type of live service game I'm talking about is more like Halo Infinite's live service bullshit. Yeah, it's free to play through and through with no pay to win advantages, which is fucking amazing, unlike some other fucking games we know and hate. But Halo Infinite gets a pass for being a genuine free to play game, unless it's the campaign. But other than the multiplayer and the campaign, there's literally nothing to do in between the events. All of this ties into the fact that Skate 4, or just Skate with a period now, is going to be EA's most recent live service free to play title, set to release more than likely next year. Skate is one of the most beloved and popular skateboarding games of all time, being on the same pedestal as Tony Hawk's series of skate games. But for the past 12 years, people have been speculating when Skate 4 is going to come out, including myself. I originally played this game on the Xbox 360, then on the Xbox One, and during this whole fucking time, I was sitting here thinking, when is Skate 4 gonna be announced? I wonder if it's gonna be this year, or the next year, or the next year, or the next year, or the next year, or the next. So EA in their infinite wisdom decided, hey, let's release a trailer to get people hyped for the game since we didn't show up during Summer Game Fest. And the trailer they gave us was nothing short of a virtual boner. They had released a trailer for Skate 4 about a year before the newest trailer called Working on It, with the newest one being called Still Working on It, which I respect. 100% respect that. Closed alpha testing went underway for the game, and what you're seeing on screen is Skate 4 in its rawest playable form. Once we started seeing these videos coming out, we got blindsided by the fact that Skate 4 is going to be a free-to-play live service game. Full Circle, who is the dev studio for Skate 4, intends this world to be constantly evolving, meaning that the game will change over time, hence why it's called a live service title. Full Circle has also stated that there will be no pay-to-win mechanics incorporated into Skate 4, and they wholeheartedly believe that a fair free-to-play model is a natural evolution for the beloved skateboarding game franchise. Full Circle has also let GameRant in on one of the online game modes that will be available for us to play, that online mode being called Collab Zones. Now what the fuck are Collab Zones? Well, let me tell you. Collab Zones are areas on the map where players can come together and collectively build an area to skate at, which will appear in the other players' worlds. That's honestly a pretty fucking sick feature, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if you guys genuinely remember, but back in Skate 3, if you wanted to go from one park to another, you had to essentially create a new party each time. The shit was fucking stupid then, and to think about it now just makes me just as pissed. Full Circle is planning to implement some common live service features such as seasonal drops and live events to keep the game interesting, and is exploring other options as well. So if I had to make an assumption off of what I just read, we potentially may be seeing something similar to what you can do in Forza Horizon. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me go ahead and explain. In Forza Horizon, there is an area on the map that gets announced to everyone in the lobby. It's an area where you and other racers get together and compete in small little challenges to win credits, cars, etc, etc. If Full Circle actually implements that into this game, this could potentially make this game a Game of the Year candidate. Skate, or I'm just gonna call it Skate 4 from now on, is shaping up to be a worthy successor to the long dormant series thanks to its business model being based on respect, trust, and transparency. Full Circle plans for the game to be very accessible thanks to crossplay, cross progression, and a potential mobile version combined with the free-to-play model. This will allow other players to access their characters on whatever device they happen to be using. Not really a whole bunch to say here because GameRant did a lot of it for me, but essentially the model is pretty simple, to be honest. If it's free to play across all platforms with cross progression enabled, then they won't have to release anything else for a long while, right? Well, no, not necessarily. And this is where I start talking about why free-to-play live service titles are a very hit or miss thing with not very much room to fuck up. A live service title should never be a replacement for sequels to games. I don't give a fuck who you are, there is no convincing me that a game like Halo Infinite is better than Halo MCC. There is no convincing me that Warzone is a better alternative to Modern Warfare 2019. So what makes me think that Skate 4 is going to be any different? Because it's free to play? Because it's cross-plat? The other two games I listed do that shit too. Oh wait, no, I get it. It's the no pay to win shit, right? Well, Warzone will have to sit the fuck out on that one, but Halo is zero pay to win. So what the fuck makes a live service game so forced nowadays anyways? Well, it's the fact that once you start playing, you'll start paying. A free game is worth more to a company than a paid game right off the rip, and it's became more obvious over the years. Only because if it's a free game, you are more inclined to spend money up front versus paying for a game and potentially never spending another dollar on the game. So if you happen to download a free game and spend about maybe $70 in the in-game store buying all the useless bullshit in there, versus just buying the $60 game right off rip and never spending a single dime on the bullshit, you are worth more to the company playing the free-to-play game versus the bought title. That is why live service games are becoming a more prevalent thing. Now, one thing I appreciate Full Circle doing is taking a very honest and open approach with Skate 4 and what the game is going to be, but making one of the most anticipated sequels of any skateboarding game ever a live service game feels more like a disservice. The only advantage I see in all of this is this, really. If the game is ass, you are out of no money at all, which is nice. But again, this all circles back around to just release a $60 game packed with content and a good fucking story. Look at Elden Ring, right? Totally different game and studio making it, but I know that the principle can still be the same. And the principle was you had no microtransactions. It released at $60. It took only 5 years to make, and is one of the most bought games on all gaming platforms that the game actually supports. So what the fuck is stopping EA and Full Circle from making the skateboarding equivalent to the business model of Elden Ring? Well, I already answered it earlier. A free game is worth more to a company than a paid game. It's behavior that isn't going to change anytime soon unless we do. But do I think Skate 4 is a bad game or is going to be a bad game? Absolutely fucking not. And I'm gonna play devil's advocate here and enjoy the game as much as I can. So to conclude, why do I feel like Skate 4 may potentially fail? Because people are going to get bored of the live service aspect of the game. But if the campaign is solid and the multiplayer is fun, then I will gladly change my opinions on this game moving forward. If you guys like this video, then induct yourself into the Hall of Meat by breaking that sub button, snapping that like button, and cracking that notification bell. I post content like this all the time right here on YouTube. My name is Redbeard Mortis. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you guys in the next one. But until then, I am fucking out of here.